But anyway, this is the next general area of exploration, and we do have to find 5 bottles for Chloe's half-drunken target practice, it seems.
Nope, I don't want to go there.
This part always tends to give me a little bit of trouble to find all 5 bottles, and this past run here was no exception. Although it does give you an excuse to just look around the junkyard and have Max point out a lot of different parts of it.
Break time.
Chloe's already taking a break from the hard work of not getting the bottles. You can see that some birds up there are really flocking.
Look what we have here. A cute little bottle for the taking.
Bet what's going to happen, folks.
Stupid bottle.
If you guessed she reached up for something and it broke, you'd be correct. This becomes a running gag, if you haven't noticed already. Whenever Max has to go up and reach for something, something's going to go wrong. But after that's happened once, you're able to have a look at this box and move it over.
Maybe I can use this to reach the bottle.
Indeed.
Hello, bottle number 1. 4 more to go. So sad to look at a grounded boat. I wonder who owned that and where they are now.
You may notice there's also more butterflies hanging out around here.
Beyond repair. Rest in peace.
Butterflies, I believe, refer to the idea of the butterfly effect.
I wonder how many generations of fashion went through that washing machine.
Which is the idea that you can cause chaos by going back and changing one thing in the
Coming
past.
this fall, Max Caulfield, Bottle Hunter.
This one's easy to take. It's a ground boat.
Boom. Only 3 bottles left.
We got a text from Warren.
I wonder if Chloe thinks about her father when she looks at all these smashed up cars.
Let's see what Warren says. We got a whole series of texts here, I think. So let's back up. Alright. We are so going ape. Newburgh in 60 miles, so we leave around 5. I drive. Hell yeah. We will ride in your new ride. We have to get supplies for the drive-in. Maybe we can have dinner first? ... Or whatever. Anyway, go ape. Too late. Warren is trying to very cautiously ask us out to dinner, it seems. New page for the journal, so pause it and have a read if you're interested. And we have Joyce introduced as a new character. Talking to Joyce Price after 5 years was almost as intense as seeing Chloe again, especially right back in the ye old Two Whales diner. That clinking of silverware and the smell of sizzling bacon rewound me back to being a kid, hanging out there with my parents for breakfast. I remember her always smiling at Chloe, even in mischief. Doubt she smiles at her hijinks now, but they still banter like mother and daughter. I moved to Seattle so soon after William died that I never saw how it affected Joyce. I'm glad she's not pissed at me for being selfish and never looking back. I still remember the last time Chloe and I saw him alive. I wonder how often Joyce relives that day. That's the worst kind of rewind, one you can't control. But if I could go back to that moment, what would I do? I can only imagine how Joyce ended up with David Madsen. Talk about opposites. You can tell she loves him, disturbing as that sounds. Maybe she just wanted a more structured life for herself. Obviously, it didn't work out that way with Chloe. I hope they both treat her right. Joyce deserves the best.
That looks exactly like the same doe from my tornado vision.
You can see it there right in the center screen, although it looks a little blurry.
That doe is the perfect photo op.
Let's go get a shot then. And there it goes. And sure enough, if you look at the actual photo, there's nothing in the shot. So maybe that doe is, in fact, something like Max's spirit animal, as Samuel was suggesting earlier.
This was an old school punk shirt.
Can't read what it says on it, though, or what kind of picture that is. Pacific Steve's famous crab. Building for lease? Not anymore, it seems.
No way! I totally remember going there when I was a kid. I loved the Hush Puppies. Now the sign is just Arcadia Bay junk.
That's something Max and I have in common. We both really like Hush Puppies. Every time I go to a seafood restaurant, if they're offering Hush Puppies, I usually can't help myself. So a little bit more picturesque area here off to the side of the junkyard. Nothing in particular to see, though, as far as at least, well, not as much to see as the junkyard as far as individual objects. Ugh. It's kind of depressing, though, seeing all the junk on what is otherwise very pretty landscape. Although for some people, junk can be very beautiful as well. Just depends on your aesthetic, I guess. Probably does not smell the best out here either. You have a lot of rotting garbage.
I don't want to go that way.
We're going to be hearing that term a lot, especially as I start looking for the very last bottle.
Nope, I don't want to go there.
Can't actually cross the tracks. That's a new twist on the old statement.
Thanks for the tip.
So 3 more bottles to go. Here's no mofo here. Nope, still don't quite understand what that graffiti was going for.
I don't want to go that way.
You see the trains are carrying mostly lumber, which makes
I know
sense.
there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
Since we are in Oregon, in the Northwest.
Nope, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go that way.
I kept getting tempted by that junk pile over there to see if one of the bottles was in that area. And looky here.
This looks like a graffiti museum for Chloe and Rachel. I bet I can find out more about Rachel here.
Indeed, this is Chloe and Rachel's, I guess, hangout spot, if you will. You can see them keeping score as they play darts.
That kind of hurts.
Friendship bracelets. I can imagine Max is somewhat jealous of Rachel's friendship at this
I
point.
can't see Chloe playing with makeup.
We're in a hangout, so you never know. Maybe Rachel was trying to get Chloe to wear some makeup.
They really were besties. That could have been me instead of Rachel.
Yeah, Max definitely sounds at least a little bit jealous.
Rachel songs. I wonder if Chloe would ever make me a mixtape.
I am, in fact, old enough to remember actual mixtapes as opposed to mixed CDs.
Ouch.
Wow, that's very specific, so to speak.
Oh, there you are, little bottle. Trying to play hide and seek.
Here's number 3.
3 down, 2 more to go. Talk about finding a bottle in a haystack. I want to die. Jeez. Who wrote this?
Hopefully neither Chloe nor Rachel. Maybe they found it in the junkyard. At least, that's what we can hope for.
So Rachel did go to a Vortex Club party. This flyer is dated right before she disappeared.
And that's March 28th, so I guess early April or
I don't want to intrude, but I was here.
early April or very late March was when Rachel vanished.
Now we're officially a trio. We just have to find Rachel.
Yeah. Max has added her name to the wall of fame. And I think that's all in the hideout.
All this rusted metal makes me feel serene. Am I morbid or just goth? I could use this board as a bridge. Doesn't look too heavy.
And what she's referring to is the fact that you can see a bottle up there on the boat.
I bet I could get on the boat from a higher location.
And that's where the plank bridge comes in. Yuck. Syringes.
Oh, gross. So disturbing to see old syringes on the ground.
Context is what matters. Old cars, Max thinks looks kind of serene. Old syringes, gives Max the creeps. Here's Chloe doing a whole lot of nothing. Although, I guess maybe technically finished
shells
drinking
look
one
fresh.
of the bottles of beer. Those are not bullet casings, those are shotgun casings. Or shell casings. So that's probably not Chloe's work. Someone else has been discharging firearms out here. Inflated football. That's really sad.
Bigfoots were here.
So in a slight reversal, we are going to
Way
walk the
heavier than
plank
I thought. Ugh.
in order to get onto a ship.
I know there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
Yeah, she's going to be saying that a lot while I try to find out where that is. So
One more bottle to go.
one more bottle, and that is at the bonfire spot. It's going to take me a while to find. But here you can have a sit and look around.
Although this junkyard is a dive, I see why Chloe hangs here. She's a steampunk. It actually feels like Chloe and I are kids again. We're hiding out and plotting our future. Despite all the chaos and bullshit, I feel so giddy hanging out with her again. So happy. Like we've both gone back in time.
Very peaceful indeed. Or serene, as Max would say. Alright, so I think we can't see anything else on the boat, so walk back. And this is basically the beginning of my frustrating search to actually find that bonfire spot where the last bottle is.
I know there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
So while I aimlessly wander around trying to find out where that is, I'll use that time to talk about something else. And that would be the Twin Peaks references that we've been seeing so far. So if you are a fan and you've seen Twin Peaks before, then of course you can draw a parallel between the character of Rachel Amber in this game with the character of Laura Palmer in Twin Peaks, in that there's a mystery that surrounds her.
Nope, I
both
don't want to go
characters
there.
At the very beginning of the story, and then most of the rest of the characters are introduced via their relationship in one way or another with that character. Again, in this case, it would be Rachel Amber. And so you don't find out so much about the characters. You don't find out so much about the character herself, either Laura or Rachel here, directly, but only through their past relationships with the other characters. So it seems pretty clear that they took that aspect of Twin Peaks here. Also, Twin Peaks, while it does have some supernatural
I
elements
know
to it,
there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
it's a relatively small part of what is much more a story about people and more mundane situations.
It's
even
so
if they're somewhat
quiet and
strange.
primordial out here. I always feel like the forest is whispering to me. Like Arcadia Bay is trying to tell me something. I just have to figure out the message.
And that's a similar case here. Of course, we have the supernatural element being Max's ability to rewind time, and that is made as a plot point. But beyond that, there's not much supernatural elements. It's just much more of a drama that you might expect in real life in some cases. Exaggerated, perhaps sometimes for drama, but still. So, as myself being a fan of Twin Peaks, as soon as the really obvious references started showing up, I began to really catch on to how much inspiration that television series had for this game. So I'm still wandering around trying to find that bonfire spot. It's actually on the other side of the junkyard, and I do get there eventually. It just takes me a while to actually turn at the right moment to see it.
I know there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
For a while, I'm convinced it's on that. It's on the other side of the junkyard when it's actually more close to over here.
I don't want to go that way. Nope, I don't want to go there.
I think at this point I was starting to get a bit frustrated. And actually, just before I find it, I basically start to say, well, I guess I'll just cut the video and I'll come back when I found it. And just as I'm saying that, I just turn and there it
Every
is.
car has its own tale and history.
Although as I'm wandering around, I do find a couple of extra things that I had not looked at before. Like here.
Oh, poor thing. They left you here all alone.
By the way, if you have not seen Twin Peaks before, I would definitely recommend it. It is, of course, directed by David Lynch, and so there are a number of surrealist elements to it.
This is the scariest thing here.
That I wasn't quite sure why she said that, because it's just a shirt. And I don't know
I
particularly
know there's
why
a
that makes
bonfire
that
spot where
scary.
people party around here.
But in any case, especially the first season of Twin Peaks is actually, I thought was pretty interesting. And while it has aged, because it was an 80s drama, it's aged fairly well.
That's my Chloe. I have to find dirty-ass bottles while you chill? Not fair.
I have to prep the range, crybaby. And I've been tripping hard about where you got this rewind power.
From God? Or the gods? So, bow.
We can make the world bow. Are you ready for that?
Maybe Chloe is, but I don't think Max would be.
No way. I still don't even know how my power works. Or for how long.
Dude, you fuck shit up, you rewind, you fix it. Drop the mic, boom.
Spin, rinse, and repeat. I'm just altering time and space. Oh yeah, and history. No biggie.
You already altered history by saving my life, smartass. Let's see what else you can do.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that Max would be a lot more reluctant about.
It's hard to believe that
using
was
her
once
power
on the
than
road,
Chloe.
filled with dozens of students. I know there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
And you can get a shot of the bus. Actually, I got a achievement finally unlocked for that one. I guess I hadn't taken that particular photo on my previous run-through of the game. So, I guess since I do have a little bit more time here while I'm wandering around, I'll just also ask at this point, for all you viewers out there, do you have a character at this point in the story that's your favorite? Why don't you, if you don't mind, why don't you go ahead and post in the comments and say who's your favorite character so far and why? I'd just be kind of curious. I do have a soft spot for Chloe, but at the same time, I do recognize her various character flaws.
I don't want to go
So
that
I
way.
think, all in all, I have. I would say that my favorite character is probably Warren, just because he's incredibly geeky, and I have to appreciate that.
I know there's a bonfire spot where people party around here.
And this was finally where I found it.
I'm sure this is a popular party pit.
And there's that last bottle. I was so relieved.
Oh yes, we can use this one for a target.
So yeah, it took forever, but
Voila.
here we go.
Now I can deliver this bottle booty to Captain Chloe.
And of course that blocks your way. But it's no big deal. All you have to do is rewind a little bit. Because of course, like we've seen before, once you have something in your inventory, rewinding does not put that item back. It stays in your inventory. And I think that was put in by the game developers just to remind you of that fact. Because in just a little while here, that's going to come up once again. So I guess now it's time for target practice with Chloe.
Thanks, Max. Wait, one more for the road.
You're serious about this.
We're gonna shoot all these bottles without wasting a single bullet. Max, you have to help me aim. Show me the way, Max.
So for
I
this
need to
one,
see you shoot first.
every time she takes a shot, you can rewind and tell her how to adjust her aim. So she veered to the left on that first one.
Show me the way, Max.
Aim a bit to the right.
Sir, yes, sir. Oh, yes! Did you see that shit, Max?
Duh.
That's quite a
That
bit
was
of
so
noise for
fucking
that little
cool.
pistol.
Now for the second bottle. Now, Max, where do I aim?
You're on target. Pull the trigger.
Well, we'll see about that. Well, a little low.
Where do I aim?
Aim slightly above.
Right between the eyes. Watch out, Nathan. Now that is fun. Let's pump up the volume and find me another target. I want to get creative here. Give me something to shoot, Max.
So now we pick something for her to shoot at.
Let's take out this wheel rim on your left.
Taking out the wheel rim now. Hella yes!
Which ricochets off and hits another one of
Nice
the bottles.
shooting, Tex.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Satisfied?
Like, never? So I want one more uber cool trick shot.
How about using that junker for a target now?
Dude, I need a target before I shoot. Well, Max?
I think I picked the bumper first.
Okay, you're too busy to help, so I'm gonna kill the car
Oh,
bumper.
she chooses that.
Jesus, I shot myself! Ugh, I shot myself! Back up, back up!
Stupid gun! Hold on, Chloe.
Now, of course, if that was really what happened in real life, that would be tragic. But
Well, Max?
that just made me laugh the first time I saw it because it's
How about
so
aiming for
stupid
the left tire?
to end up in that situation.
Adios, spinning wheel of death.
But if you shoot the tire, takes out all the rest of the bottle in one swoop. Just like that.
Uber cool. I cannot believe this is for reals. My best friend is a superhero. Now it's your turn to bust a cap.
I don't know.
Max, your nose. Damn.
I don't feel so super.
Max!
And you may have noticed every time she uses her power, she's kind of holds her head. So there's definitely some kind of either strain or damage to Max's brain going on here every time she uses her powers. At least that's the suggestion.
You freaked me out there. Do you feel any better now?
A little. Thanks for helping me. Just give me a minute.
Too much action for Arcadia?
Maybe not enough. This is kind of fun. Scary and stupid, but fun.
Let me know when you feel okay.
God, this power really messes with my head. God, I feel normal again. I better go chat up Chloe.
You actually can get a photo op here.
Look at her. Chloe can even chill out playing with a gun.
And there it is. Just have to move a little to the side. And now we can go talk to her.
Okay. Looks like you're ready to lock and load.
I don't know about this.
Are you afraid of getting in trouble? Oh, boo-hoo, Max is afraid. I know you can handle this, and I'm here to guide you. Make me proud, sister.
I think that's what I'm afraid of.
Hey, it's Thelma and Louise. Or is it Bonnie and Clyde?
Excuse us, Frank.
Oh, sorry, Chloe. Don't let me get in the way of your bonding. I heard the gunshots and the breaking glass. It's cute that you're playing with guns. Just like me at your age.
We're not anything alike, man.
We both need money. In fact, you need it so bad, you owe me a shitload, don't you, Chloe? Huh?
You'll get your money.
Don't they all say that? You know, even when they're broke and acting tough? What are you hiding there, girlie? Let me see.
Where did you get that bracelet?
A friend, and it's none of your goddamn business. You're my business now,
That's
and I...
Rachel's bracelet. Why the fuck are you wearing her bracelet?
Calm yourself, all right? It was a gift.
No, it wasn't. You stole that shit. Give it to me right now, asshole.
You better step back before you regret it, girl. I mean it. You want me to cut you, bitch?
Please. Please, step back.
You're kidding. Put that down.
So this, I would say, is the first major decision that when I first played, I kind of sat there for at least a couple of minutes and really thought over about it, about what Max would do in this situation. And of course, you don't really know whether or not, when someone is stressed and they happen to be armed, as to whether they'll actually use the gun or not, especially if they've never had a gun in their hands before. So, you know, I kind of went back and forth about, you know, Max's psyche, her psychological state at the time, and whether she would actually freeze up and not shoot, or panic and shoot. And I think in the end, in the previous time, I thought, maybe she would freeze and not pull the trigger. But it's so 50-50 for me that I decided that for this run-through, I would go the other way. And so I think this time I have her decide to go the route of kind of panicking, especially since Frank is armed in this case and is heading towards her, moving towards her at this point.
That is hilarious. Oh, man. I'll remember you, kid. I'll remember you almost shot me. And you'll wish I had no memory, because I never forget. You have until Friday to pay me. Don't ever pull crap like this again. It'll be the last time you do. Try bullets next time, brainiacs.
Sorry.
You were awesome. Thanks for standing up for me. Let's blow. My secret lair didn't feel secret today. At least Frank is gone. He won't fuck with us again. He just wants his money.
Jesus, I almost shot this guy. And now he'll be more dangerous to Chloe and me.
And indeed, fortunately for Frank,
Wowzer.
and
Why
probably
did Frank
fortunately
have
for
Rachel's
Max as
bracelet?
well, the gun
We need to
was
talk
out of
about
bullets.
this later, but I better follow Chloe now.
So it's an interesting point, though, is that you'll notice that Frank, even though Max tried to actually shoot him, she pulled the trigger, he didn't take revenge. You know, he didn't cut her with his knife or anything like that. He just, you know, ridiculed her and walked away. In fact, if you don't shoot, he actually takes the gun and keeps it, whereas in this case he didn't. So it's an interesting reaction from Frank. He didn't, cut Max or Chloe up out of malice. He just threatened them and walked away.
Just another day of Max's fucked up life. Time to go get Chloe.
So you have to wonder whether Frank heard the shots and counted them, and so he knew that that gun was empty because he'd heard 6 shots or something like that. Although that would be like really risky to count on that fact that the gun was empty. So I'm not quite sure what Frank was thinking during that.
Chloe's waiting to
confrontation.
go for a walk. We both need a timeout from here.
But anyway, let's move on.
still can't believe you pulled a gun on Frank. That was epic.
It felt awful. I'm glad there was no bullets in there.
You can just rewind time in your hand and stick that barrel right up Frank's ass. You have the power!
You're gross. Don't fall.
I'm just glad you were here.
Me too. I think. Chloe, why the hell are you hanging around scary losers like Frank? It's weird.
Let's take a break and I'll talk. Feels like a different world, huh? I wish we could stay forever.
Can we build another pirate fort and keep the world out?
We need a new secret hangout. At least Frank wouldn't find us. Are you okay, Max?
Seriously, Chloe, this is scary. What if Frank tries to track us down?
I'm sorry, but Frank isn't as hardcore as he fronts. All he cares about is his cash, stash, and mangy dog.
Chloe, did you see what just happened? I almost shot him. I know I could rewind, but Chloe, this is not playtime. No more guns.
Max, I know. Crazy shit is the new normal for me. That's why I plan to leave Arcadia Bay without paying Frank off.
Now, tell me exactly what's going on between you and Frank. Does he have a last name?
Frank Bowers, he's just a dealer, where I get my weed. The one in your joint, remember? Anyway, Frank and I kind of hung out.
Hung out? You don't mean you...
No, we didn't have sex. Gross, man. He never even tried. I just made the mistake of borrowing money so Rachel and I could bail out of here.
That's it?
No. I want to know how Frank got Rachel's bracelet. What do you think?
I don't know anymore. My brain is so fried from all this. I need a mental enema.
It's so weird talking to you about this insane crap. We haven't hung out this much since we were tweens, and it's like no time has passed. I wish Rachel was here to meet you.
Do you think that Rachel and I would have been friends?
You're not that different. She has a great eye for images and for art. Plus, she's a smartass like you. We would all be hella best friends forever.
I know she must be as cool as you are. I have no doubt we'll meet soon.
Railroad tracks always make me feel better. I have no idea why.
Kerouac knew. It's the romance of travel and movement. The sound of the train whistle at night.
Look at the beat poet here.
I'd rather be a good photographer.
You are. You just have to stop being afraid.
Perfect. Chloe. What's that noise? The train. Oh shit.
So sure enough, we now have to rescue Chloe. And there's a lot of things that you can try in order to have it work.
I can't budget at all.
But all it ends up doing is just making it so that you have to rewind and try something different. So in this run-through, I actually remembered, I was actually kind of impressed with myself, exactly what you need to do in order to rescue Chloe from being trapped in the tracks. First is get the crowbar and pry open the locked door here. Then look in the center drawer and get the pliers.
Now I can pull a total MacGyver.
And we're going to basically mess with the electronics that hold the switch. And I think this is the only time I rewind because the train was getting a bit too close for me to do what I wanted to do here. I had to remember where the electronic box was. And it's right here.
Awesome, it's not locked.
I even had to remember which wire it was, and I think I also guessed correctly.
But which wire to cut?
Red wire.
Now that's the right cable.
We're coming, Chloe.
Yes, I did it. You okay?
You saved me again. Crazy. Now we're totally bonded for life.
Damn, that was close.
Aren't you glad I took you away to a nice, quiet, desolate spot?
It was cool to spend time in your lair, but I have to get back to school before my next class.
Since you're the mysterious superhero, I'll be your faithful chauffeur and companion.
My powers might not last, Chloe.
That's okay. We will. Forever.
Back to Black.
Thanks for the ride, Chloe. Right on time for my art lesson.
Thanks for coming with me. Sorry to be so boring.
Nothing exciting ever happens to us, right?
Listen, your rewind power has to be connected to that snow yesterday. That might explain your tornado vision.
How so, I wonder. I forget what I was talking about here, but obviously I was saying something before I made my decision. Again, sorry for the post-play commentary, folks. I also like the fact that right after Chloe almost gets run over by a train, they walk in the
Explain
tracks.
what? Snow equals the ginormous twister that takes out Arcadia Bay? You're high.
Wake up, Max. You saved my life twice now. You altered the course of my destiny, yours, and whoever. Do you know about chaos theory?
Oh, please don't tell me Jeff Goldblum is about to appear. It's just be weird.
What do you know about chaos theory, Miss I Hate Math?
5 years ago, asswipe. Some people change. And your situation is the perfect storm for quantum physics.
Why me? I'm just a geek girl in some small town.
A perfect example of strange attractors? Don't they teach you kids anything at Blackwell? We have a tornado, rewind power, and freak snow. Hello, Armageddon. So let's party with your power, Rockstar!
Like you said, Professor Price, a superhero needs a sidekick.
How can it be such a shitty week and yet one of the best of my life?
Because we're back in action again. I have a little time before Mr. Jefferson's class, so I can do some wandering.
And a lot of this stuff
So are you going to that Vortex Club party?
Like I would miss it. I have the sweetest outfit.
Justin always looks stoned.
a lot of the posters on the walls are pretty much exactly the same as before. So having a look around here, there's not as much to look at as there was before.
Carrying a gun to class is cool, though.
This principal's hanging out.
I swear, Principal Wells always looks distressed.
Sir?
Ah, hello, Max. Would you like to tell me what you wouldn't yesterday?
But you don't actually get the option there.
There was just a lot going on with the fire alarm and everything.
Yes, but you were distracted by something else.
I can't focus when I'm scared.
Please don't say that. There's nothing to be scared of at Blackwell Academy. Our head of security is overseeing a new era of campus safety.
Does that involve hassling Kate? Because we did see that.
I saw Mr. Madsen hassle Kate Marsh yesterday.
Wait. Do you see a pattern here, Max?
Probably not the same one you see.
You won't tell me the truth about yesterday, but you want to tell me the truth about Mr. Madsen. It sounds more like sour grapes. Excuse me now.
Although he does have kind of a point here. And this is something you have to deal with if you're not truthful with the principal up front.